So the problem is, Minot, that, you know, he goes, dairy. Bright's mustache. Nature. Okay, now this is what comprises a damn sight more of the first part of the novel than it really should. And when you get to that point in the hearing, when the hearing, in fact, it's a point. And I don't think it coincides with the fact that I'd read up to this point before and then stopped and then had to read it again. I think that might have been a factor influencing my judgment of it, but I don't think so. Because at that point,
the problem is you're an asshole.
Starting to rain.
What's your name?
Uncle Sublime.
I don't call you anyway.
What?
I don't call you uncle.
Uncle Sublime.
I don't call you uncle.
Well, then just call me Sublime.
Call him
Sublime. Okay.
You make yourself something other than a sucker. Almost everybody's a goddamn sucker. Anybody who likes this geisha shit is a sucker.
Okay, well, that includes
A
me.
complete sucker. Yes, it includes you, my love. I'm in the charge of the pool. I'm the pool maintenance man, not you. I don't like ordering this stuff from the bank, Jane. The Baffle-Copian fruits of the island. And then we bought more crack and more crack and more crack. Jane has a little bit of a temper.
No.
Huh?
No, she lives with you.
Now, the upside of anger is that one with a god-awful Kevin Costner. Sickening little, repulsively ardent, insipid face. Oh, God, that guy makes me absolutely want to throw up. I mean, it could be a masterpiece, but I don't think I could stand to watch it. Look at him. Jesus. I mean, it's like he's taking a soft shit and enjoying it right now, you know, with Alan, Joan Allen there. He always has that look of a guy who's having a pleasant case of diarrhea or something. Yeah, him, Willis. He always seems to have a little gun in his hand. You can only think of what Dorothy Parker said. Her phone would ring and she'd say, "What fresh hell is this?" And now you have these volunteers who actually welcome the hell of the telephone. You know, they can't be without it. This ambulatory phone conversation.
Welcome. Please enter your secret number. Please select the service required.
I will wait. God damn woman. Go back to London. Shit. A white shirt and his little sweatshirt, you know, these little poets have to look like these proletarians or some goddamn thing. You know, and he has to look kind of happy. I saw Buried Child at the Conservatory Theater in Seattle. It played exactly as it read. Good first act. Second act begins to run a little bit off kilter, and then the third act is complete farce with some sort of final monologue about basketball or something that's completely unrelated to anything. It's just a typical Sam the Sham tour de force. It's not startling, or as they love to say in theater, astonishing. Contemporary theater has to genuflect to Sam the Sham.
You don't like Rick Moody?
I don't like the idea of Rick Moody. Got a leather jacket on, something that maybe would look fitting on Marvin Gaye, you know, but here's little Russell Banks with it. And the book sucked. You can't write. Oh, Michael Cunningham, there's an asshole for you. You haven't read The Hours, have you? I mean, I think this editor must have suggested it to him. Take something from Virginia Woolf and Mrs. Dalloway, you know, make a novel out of it, because obviously you're a hack, otherwise you have to find some goddamn thing to clone, you know. I think some of these people who write 20, 30, 40 books disgrace themselves in a way. I can't believe he's taken in the least seriously. This stupid, lazy, and yet disgustingly profuse writer who can never, ever stanch his own diarrhea. Of course, Joyce Carol Oates is up there. Make them shelves bend. Needs to go off for more walks, eat a little better, you know. Put a little color in her cheeks. Jesus, get the hell out of whatever study imprisons you and forces you to Ralph out all this stuff on us.
You have not changed in 11 years. You still do a cursory, superficial reading and think you know the book.
Oh, I don't want to know the book. I know what it tastes like, and that's enough. I ain't gonna waste my time on a lousy bowl of book. After taking a sip of it.
This is a man who says nobody knows how to write these days. Nobody knows how to read these days. People are too shallow. They watch too much television.
Oh, I don't see that.
Yes, you do. Constantly. You said it this morning. And look at you.
I don't watch TV.
What?
That's not my alternative, watching TV. My alternative is drinking. Zazzled on wine. I took about 3 hits. We had 3. We had 3 bottles of red wine. I was probably responsible for downing 2 of them. Autonomy Hill? Where the guy hit me with a rock. So I said, gee, you know, what's this all about? I was out of touch with my arms and my legs. I must have had like 6 or 7 bottles of wine that night. White wine. The broken rule of Tracy Visionary Company love hallucinatory. At one point I said, I fell down the stairs on my back. Did you shove your baton deeper into my throat? I decided, fuck this, I'm gonna throw whatever punch I have. And I hit him, but I didn't have anything behind it. I was just too zazzled. But I was bleeding pretty heavily, and then you know, it's one of those welcome to my nightmare things. No, booze galvanizes me sometimes, which is just rather unfortunate. Concussion, the everlasting dog.
Yeah, I would say after a certain point, he's had a number of drinks. It's like it doesn't matter if there's 6 other people all asking him to do something. Drink out on the street. Don't do that.
I don't want this.
You could say he becomes focused on one thing at that point. But good for you, nephew, for looking after him.
Bangman, goddamn it! Docudrama. Shit. Bangman, you're gonna be the laughing stock of the whole film community. Why'd you waste so many hours of films on such a little monkey face fool? Just because you're related doesn't mean you had to throw your whole art away. Waste your damn. Okay, now Bingman. Herein lie the pages that will give perfect evidence of the haplessness and the terminal rejectability of the author in question. Little writer. My number 1 fan, Jeannie Jean. I could do better. Diggy. Copy of 2 of the 3 reviews of the comic.
Oh.
See, because the Library Journal gave it a highly recommended. This cat complained about this endless accumulation of narrative, which apparently he thought was inappropriate because it's about a playwright. Which doesn't, yeah, Minot's prose tends toward, he calls me Minot, which is kind of funny. Minot's prose tends toward overly rich imagery and incessant accumulation of narrative, in contrast to the sparse direction found in playwriting. What does an incessant accumulation of narrative mean? Yeah, it's a novel, it's not a play, for Christ's sakes. Yeah, but he ends up sort of giving it this kind of a thumbs up type deal. But that is so gratuitous, that is absurd. Imagine that, a novel with narrative in it. Unlike a play. What are you doing? Writing a novel? Yeah. Jane, look at it. Look at it. Look at the little concepts, the little images. It's all sugar.
Well, anyway, he's famous. famous and made a lot of money, and Steve says he's
So is
sold
Stephen
the
King.
movie rights.
So is Stephen King. So is Dean Koontz.
And he
So is
entertained-
Tom Clancy. It's a clear